everybody. Welcome to Stone React. So glad you're here joining me today. So we are going to be diving into this video that was posted 9 hours ago from Foodie Beauty at 3 a.m. in the morning, and she is eating Taco Bell. Again, awful choice, but hey, let's dive into it and see what she is going to be eating.
Okay, good. Hi guys, hi guys, hi guys, hi. So I'm not going to BS. This is a 3 a.m. Taco Bell meal. It's not a binge. I'm just having one meal.
I mean, I get it. It's really hot there, and they probably sleep more during the day and are more active at night. Like, I totally get why people might be up at odd hours. Not everybody keeps the same hours. But, yeah, let's see.
If it was a binge, it would have like many other things, and I probably wouldn't film that. No.
Oh, I think you've filmed binges before. Let's go back to the lochma. Do you remember that? All the chocolate on your mouth, shoving it in, all the way in, all that crap, that chocolate icing, it looked like you crapped all over your mouth.
No, I wouldn't film that. So I'm just gonna.
I've seen you film things that you've eaten as absolutely disgusting. I mean, your behavior. I mean, look, it's not even a year ago, people. Not even a year ago that she was behaving totally different, right? But we have to remember that none of that exists, because in Chantal's world, what happened previous to this moment does not exist. It never happened.
It's. I was up so late that I realized, oh, it's Taco Tuesday. Like, Monday ran into Tuesday, and I'm like, oh, so it's Tuesday, 3 a.m. Hello. And the
Taco Tuesday, but you know what? She doesn't get a taco.
Taco Bell's open till 5, so
I guess that counts if you get it from Taco
Bismillah.
Bell.
I have a orange Fanta. You can't order any size. It just comes like this.
I love how she says that. I couldn't order any other size because this is just how the soda comes. Why don't you drink water instead? I mean, it has a lot of calories. Like, drinking your calories, to me, I don't know, over the years I realized it's such a waste.
On Tuesdays they have like 2-for-1 deal, so yeah. So I have some cheesy fries, and I have a beef double crunch wrap. Supreme, I think. Whoa. It's heavy. It's heavier than I was at birth. Actually, no. I was pretty heavy at birth. I was like 8 pounds.
Okay, let's see what Oompa Loompa has for her meal at 3 a.m. this morning. Let me bring this up. So, just to kind of give you an idea, let me just center this a little bit. The crunch wrap, if you want to take a look at that, you can take a look at that. I'm going to give you the total at the end. This one is the Taco Bell fries. Take a look at that. And finally, her fountain drink. Take a look at that. And then we're going to look at the totals, okay? So her totals come out to be, in this one meal that she's eating, 1,020 calories. Total carbs are 152. Total proteins 21. Total fat 39. And total sugars 43. That's a lot. That's a lot. I eat probably that many calories in a day. So I eat, between 1,000 to 1,500 calories a day. I can't imagine just eating a whole, I mean, I'm sure I did when I was fat. Yeah, I did. But eating that much in one sitting when you have an entire day ahead of you, unless you're somebody who eats one meal a day, like my husband can eat one meal and be completely satisfied. Not everybody's like that. Like, I'm a grazer, so I eat differently. All right, let's get back into the Chantal world. Okay.
10 ounces. Yeah, it was bad. All right, so, and I have some hot sauce. So let's put those on the fries because, yes. And yes, I know I'm not supposed to be eating
Sorry,
this.
hold on, guys.
sodium food. All right, so let's dig in.
I mean, she's remarking about the sodium and everything. Okay, put the sodium aside. Like the amount of calories, over 1,000 calories. I mean, let's look at this meal. Could you guys eat this in one sitting? I mean, I could eat probably a half to a quarter of that, whatever that crunch thing is, and maybe a few French fries. Again, if you don't know, I had weight loss surgery in 2019. I'm on Ozempic, so how I approach food is probably a lot different than how Chantal does. But I definitely couldn't eat all that. But I'm sure a person can. I'm sure it's not like totally unheard of. I'm sure like a normal person could eat through that. Um, but the calories, I mean, the fact that she's doing it in one sitting, it's a lot of calories for one meal because we know she's going to eat again. Like, we know this.
And give you a first beauty bite of these cheese fries. Beauty bite. Pretty good. Yeah, there's eating sounds in this video, so if you have Miss Poponia, whatever it's called.
Poponia. How's that?
I forget. This video will trigger you.
Yeah, we know. We know.
I have orange soda. I just don't feel like drinking the chemicals today. But like, every time I have orange soda, actually no, anytime I have orange crush or any kind of crush soda, it makes me nostalgic because that was my favorite as a kid. When I was allowed to have soda, I would have a crush, which was usually like, my mom never bought a case of soda.
It's interesting. I've never bought my kids soda. Like, we weren't big soda drinkers. We rarely would have soda in the house, and my kids are grown adults and they still have no desire to drink soda. I do enjoy it sometimes, but it is interesting. Like, if you don't have it in the house, they actually get used to it. I mean, they just don't have a taste for it.
And I used to like go to friends' houses and see that like their parents would have cases of soda in the fridge. And like I used to think, oh, I'm missing out at the time, but now I realize, she was just trying to do what's good for me. But
Yeah, you're not missing
I mean,
anything. You're not missing anything if you
I
don't have
have an
soda.
addict gene, unfortunately. And, we are also just our own people. And no matter how much parents try sometimes, But as a treat, when we would go out, I would always want the grape crush. Grape crush, orange crush, or cream soda crush. Those were my favorite. So I thought I would talk about like some things that, speaking of, growing up, things throughout the years that, foods that I became, that I would love to feast on and that I became fixated on. Because I have a lot of food fixations. Where I become obsessed with like a food and I have to have it, and like my mind won't rest until, I can ignore it, and I mean, just like, it's like I'll keep thinking about it and obsessing about it.
That's where you need to get help, Chantal. When you are obsessing over something, because I do see that pattern in her. she'll be in a previous video talking about, oh, I'd love to have a big bowl of spaghetti, like she did in that last video. I'd like to have a big bowl of spaghetti, and then in the next video, hours later, we're seeing her eating the spaghetti. That's a mental issue, and if she doesn't address that, nothing's going to help her. My husband occasionally will say, she really should have the weight loss surgery. I personally don't agree with that. Like, I think that she needs to handle her mental health first. She is off the rails mentally, and it's sad because I don't know if she's just in complete denial. She doesn't see it. I mean, it could be possible. Sometimes we don't see things within ourselves, but she definitely needs to address the mental part of this because I've had weight loss surgery. I have been on Ozempic, so I've been there. You are still going to obsess over food if you don't fix the mental part. The the mental part doesn't go away with surgery or Ozempic. I can guarantee you that. It does not go away. There are people who have weight loss surgery that feel miserably because they go right back to their old patterns. They put no effort into changing their way of looking at food and their relationship with food. And here's another issue with Chantal. She has no other interests. There is nothing that can pull her away from her obsession of food. For some of us, we have hobbies, we have things that we enjoy. Maybe we like to go walk around the mall, or maybe we like to go out with friends, or we like to go to concerts, or we like to go to flea markets, or there are things that we like to do maybe on a weekly basis that gets us out, gets us in social situations, and gets us moving. She doesn't have any other interests. So her sole focus is around food and when she's going to eat and how she's going to eat and who she's going to order from. This is what she thinks about 24/7. She has no other interests. And that's what's really sad about this situation is that there is nothing that she can go to that will pull her attention away from food. She doesn't make an effort to find other interests. Like, for example, reading, sewing, knitting, cooking. How about that? She could cook. That's time consuming, right? Let me tell you. In our culture, a lot of the food takes hours to make, hours to prep. I mean, it's involved. She could do a whole video on this. Do some nice jump cuts, put some nice music in there. She could have some great videos. She could find other interests, but she doesn't want to do that. And that's the big problem with her. Her sole focus is on food. That's all she thinks about. She has nothing else in her life to focus her attention on.
So as early as I can remember, I told you guys before, was like those magic moments puddings. I could eat like a case of those. And I was only ever allowed one or two. And I would like be like, oh, you know. Another thing is sour candy. I loved sour candy. I haven't had like actual candy in so long. I've had chocolate.
That's a good thing. You don't need candy.
But like actual candies.
You know what you could eat instead of candy? And I do this, I haven't done it in a while, but I used to do this a lot. I'll eat dates. Dates are super sweet. They're healthy for you. Of course, you don't want to overdo it, just like anything else. Yes, it has sugar. But if you want to like curb a sweet craving, there are alternatives you can go to. Like right now, I eat berries, like raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. That kind of helps my sweet craving, or watermelon, something like that.
I can't even remember the last time I had any. Every time I talk, this is moving. It's 3 a.m., no makeup, no perfect hijab.
I don't think you were thinking we were expecting perfect hijab, huh?
Nothing of that sort.
That's okay,
I'm
Chantal. We'll
supposed to eat
forgive
with
you
my
this
right hand as
time.
a Muslim, and I sometimes forget that.
Chantal, you are not a true Muslim. You don't act like one. You don't behave like one.
All right. So, takes time. So, that hot sauce. So,
I am like completely. Oh, that's a good picture. Let me screenshot that one. um, the the utensil she's using. I know everybody comments on her using plastic utensils. Like, doesn't she have utensils in the house? I was talking to my husband this morning. Yeah, it's annoying. It's very annoying. I, she's using a spork. And as you notice, she keeps stabbing the french fries with it. Because, a spork, like, you might be able to pick one or two french fries up, but it's almost the most ideal utensil to use if you really need a fork. So, yeah, I swear she does this stuff on purpose. I'm telling you, this woman.
so in my like teenage years,
Hmm.
in young adult years, I had some things that I loved to eat. Mostly, I had weird eating habits like at like midnight. I would watch Jerry Springer and microwave McCain French fries with cheese and ketchup. Or just a huge plate of cheese and eat it. Or I would fry hot dogs.
Wow. You had quite the menu going on back
Like a
then.
whole pack.
Oh my god. That's a lot, Chantal.
But I like my hot dogs extra crispy,
I do too.
like cooked, so I usually set up the alarm and would wake up the whole house. Um, what else? Hmm. Large black pitted canned olives. I would eat the whole can. Dill pickle flavored anything. Chips, crispy minis, the rice cakes. One time I became so obsessed with those.
Oh yeah. I have gone down the crispy mini rice cakes. I like there's a certain flavor that I like. It's sweet. But yeah, there's if I buy that, I won't stop eating it. I'll eat the whole bag. It's dangerous.
I remember getting like cankers in my mouth from all the salt and vinegary tastes. Um, Mott's Garden Cocktail and V8. I love that stuff. You know why? It's just like juice, but it has like salt and sweet. It's so weird. It has like sugar and salt. So it's super addictive to eat. I mean to drink.
Let's see. She's gonna eat that whole thing.
I'm
Let's
trying to
see.
think of what else.
Yeah, she probably will.
Boxed, like Duncan Hines, I think. Or was it Betty Crocker? Those
Wait, what
boxes,
does it
or was it
say?
Betty Crocker?
Mashed potatoes. Are you telling me you can't make your own mashed
Those
potatoes?
boxes of
Listen, guys, it's really easy to make mashed potato. Like, I cannot believe people eat mashed potatoes out of a box. Oh my god. It's so easy. Just boil the potato until it's fork soft. Put some butter, some cream or milk, a little bit of shredded cheese. Oh, it's a die for.
like herb and garlic instant mashed potatoes. I would add extra butter on them. Those were so good. It's falling apart. Those were some of the main foods I was fixated on. Later on, it would be like the nashi. Look how fixated I was on the nashi. Or paneer. At one time, it was pizza. Pizza. They're especially pizza because their garlic dip sauce. If you're in Canada, and you're not a health buff, you have to try the pizza garlic dip.
No, thank you. Little Caesars is the absolute bottom of the pit pizza place.
I usually get like a whole pizza, but something about getting a slice. I don't know.
She's scarfing that down pretty good, huh?
So have you heard that Britney Spears is going through a divorce?
Ooh, big news.
Poor Britney. She's had like a lot of crappy people in her life. I don't know like all the details, but
She could have researched it ahead of time. Give her something to talk about.
this is what happens when you want me to chew my food.
I see that she has arranged her headscarf differently this time to cover her whole front so her clothes don't get dirty. Hmm.
Takes forever. Apparently, like, they had a prenup, but he's like blackmailing or threatening to release like embarrassing things about her unless she caves. It's like, isn't that extortion or something? I mean, Isn't he embarrassed? Like, I don't know. Like, dude.
A normal man would be embarrassed. However, he's probably somebody who likes to find wealthy women to take care of him, maybe. And he doesn't feel any
I don't know if
shame.
that's true. That's what I heard. But we never know with, like, news gossip what's true and what's not.
That's right. Just like you're a habitual liar, the news habitually lies.
Huge soda.
She's sitting here saying huge soda to what she's drinking now. However, she will no doubt guzzle a 2 gallon on video. I mean, I'm sorry, not 2 gallon, 2 liter. Ah.
So I'm gonna try again tomorrow to get back on track.
So is this what we're gonna do? Like every time she eats a meal, she's gonna say, "I'm gonna start tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get back." And now she doesn't even say, "Tomorrow I'm gonna get back and fix everything and do everything right." Now she says, "Tomorrow I'm gonna try to see if I can get back to doing what it is that I need to do to get my weight where it needs to be." But we know she's not gonna do that.
And not eat this way and drink soda. Just having a very weak moment. And I think part of it comes from feeling a feeling a bit discouraged from my walk yesterday, like how out of shape I am. So
Well, we can clearly see how out of shape you are. I mean, anybody with eyes can see that. I think that she is still not self aware enough to understand the magnitude of her problem.
I know, yeah, it makes sense to go and eat something bad after. But it just, those negative feelings, like, they just make you want to eat. I don't know how to explain it, but. So I'm gonna try again tomorrow because I have some goals I have to smash.
Look, you set all these goals and everything, but here's the first thing you could do is make your meals at home. Again, you're supposed to be this pious, wonderful Muslim woman, housewife, taking care of your man. You're trying to portray this whole thing like you got this wonderful life. That Salah makes a shit ton of money. You don't have to do anything, which none of us really believe. Yeah, I mean, you're delusional, Chantal. I'm sorry.
In order to, I basically look at my life right now like this. Like, there's me on one side of this huge wall with a door, and on the other side of the wall, there's all of these things waiting for me to collect them. All of these goals, these travel goals, all of these things I want to do that I couldn't do now.
You have been like this most of your entire adult life. You've always been obese. You've always wanted to do certain things that you couldn't do. Now you're getting so morbidly obese that you can't even take a stroll on the beach. I mean, this is how bad it's becoming. But at what point is it that you're going to wake up and stop, doing these videos in a way where you're self sabotaging yourself? You keep picking meals that are just not good for you. You're using excuses when it comes to exercising, saying that you can't film in a gym. Nobody wants to see you film in a gym. Go to the gym, work out. We'll be able to see it when you start thinning out. Okay, but number one, address your eating. That soda, do away with it. That's empty calories. You just drank what, 170 calories, 200 calories of soda. For what? That could have been calories you could have saved for later. You select meals that are fast food. However, you're at home, you have no responsibilities, you have this great life, but yet you're not cooking your meals at home. You're not shopping for fresh food. This is a problem because if you want to address your issues, you're going to have to become a little bit more real with your selection of food. You're going to have to start cooking. You're going to have to look, these convenience meals and stuff are not helping because what it's doing is she's ordering these diet meals and she's eating that in addition to the crap she's eating. So it's not even like she's eating that in replacement of the crap. She just eats the crap along with that. So it's like a double dose of food.
I still want to shop at Le Chateau, okay? Um, and I'm literally gonna prance through the streets. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna do it when I can. So I have all of these goals and dreams on the other side of this wall, and I all I have to do to unlock that door is get better, beat this.
So why don't you do it?
But there's a lot of things that have to, there's a lot of things I have to do.
Chantal, it's so simple and it's sad that you don't realize it. But it's weird because when you're heavy and you've lost weight and you've been able to keep it off, you look back and you realize how easy it could have been, that you put up your own barriers and challenges in front of you when you're obese. Just address your diet. Honest to God, just address your diet. If you just do that one little part, you'll see an enormous change. Just your diet. Fix it. Cook at home. The other great thing about when you cook at home is you're smelling the aromas of the food that you're cooking, and those smells, though it makes you want to have the meal, you probably won't eat as much food, right? Because you've labored over this meal. You actually chopped the vegetables, cooked everything. It's a labor of love. But the thing is she's so lazy. I know there's this whole mental health issue going on with her. I know she has her challenges in that area, but she is really lazy.
I know what I have to do. I just have to do it. So,
Then get up and do it.
but even when I'm having bad days, even if my days outnumber the good ones, when it comes to success with my weight and all that, I'm still gonna, be honest and tell you guys, like, be transparent and, like, this is what I'm going through, you know. Some days I don't feel like it, but, most days I don't mind. So, anyway, that's about it. Still shisha free. I had shisha once.
There is no way she's shisha free. Didn't she do a live the other day? She was smoking shisha. Oh, stop.
Caved. I had it once. And on live stream. And
Oh,
then
okay,
since then,
yeah.
I haven't been smoking. So,
As she looks down and around, as she says that, she's probably looking at the machine right now. She's probably like, ooh, I'm going to have someone to get off this video.
that's good at least. Anyway,
All right, guys, we're going to end this video here. Thank you so much for joining. Please put your comments below. I was super excited to see so many people joining in the other video I made and commenting. It was great having all that interaction. So have a fabulous day, everybody.